All right, we're here at the NFL Collegiate Bowl. Hello, how are you?
Welcome back. Good to have pro players back with us in beautiful Los Angeles, and look forward to a great week of practice and a wonderful game on Saturday.
And this is the third time that we're having the game here. What's different this year?
Well, one, I think that there is a huge increase in the number of players who have a likelihood of entering the National Football League this year, so that's one big change.
You had actually a few players that went in the draft, others that were picked up in free agency. Are any of those players going to be here to speak to some of the guys?
Many of those players, in fact, will not only be here during the week to talk about the business of football, but many of them have already said that they will be here on Saturday.
What are some of the messages that you're focusing on, particularly this year, that might be a little bit different than the previous years?
You know, the health and safety of our game is always the predominant thing for the Players Union. And we've seen changes in football that, frankly, most people wouldn't have imagined would have happened 5 years ago. The more that we are able to teach not only what the new rules are or the new emphasis on health and safety, but also instruct the young men that those things came about only because they had a strong union that fought for them, those are the lessons that we want our players to take away.
What about the culture in the locker room? This past season we saw the situation in Miami start to play out. It's not finished yet.
Right.
Has that come up, or how do you expect to deal with how players treat each other?
Yeah, well, we talked about it with every team in the National Football League during the season when I made my rounds to every team, and certainly we'll talk to these players. I mean, look, we expect our locker rooms and our fields to be professional places to conduct business.
All right, so we're in 2014. What are the 5 things that you think will be game changers that start this year?
Well, I'm going to look at the whole year. One, I think that injuries are important discussion points. And we did see a spike in injuries at the beginning of the season. The injury rate normalized over the season, and while I haven't looked at them in a granular level, I think the evidence is going to be that the injury rates were pretty similar over the past few years. We know that we're coming up on a new format for the Pro Bowl, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Our union president, Dominique Foxworth, was significantly involved in changing the format, hopefully to make it better and more appealing to the fans and the players, so I think that will be interesting. I think the other thing, and probably the last and most important issue, is we launched the Trust this year, which will take $200 million a year under the cap and use that to assist our players into transitioning from a relatively short career in the National Football League. And our hope is that while our guys do a significantly great job playing football, we hope that their lives after football is more rewarding than their lives playing football.
Any predictions on the Super Bowl?
Yes, players will win.
All right, thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, pro players.
All right,
1, 2, 3, 4. The name Priest.